Embedding quizzes in videos using Canvas Studio.
Let's talk about Canvas Studio. Canvas Studio is a tool inside Canvas that allows you to embed videos where the students, as they're watching them, will be prompted to answer quiz questions. You can choose to either have those questions graded or ungraded, but it's just a way for your students to be more interactive with the content. One of the reasons that you can use this in an online class is to make sure that your students are actually watching the content and not going straight to the graded assignments. Also, in face-to-face classes, it can be really nice because if you want students to watch something before they come to a lecture, you can have them do this quiz for points, and then it encourages them to come to lecture prepared. So it's just a really nice tool to use. One thing you should be aware of is there are several ways to embed video content. It can be a video that you have on a device that you upload into Canvas Studio, or it can be a link to a Vimeo or YouTube video link. And so in the demo I'm about to show you, this is going to be a YouTube video that I'm embedding quiz questions into, but you do have those other options. One quick caveat is that the captions don't show when you use a YouTube or a Vimeo content video. So you're going to want to go ahead and give your students a transcript of that video to make sure that it's accessible. So let's take a look at the demo.
The first step in creating a Canvas Studio quiz is activating Canvas Studio in your course. I've entered one of my sandbox classes just to play around, and I'll notice here on the left-hand side, I don't see Studio listed anywhere in the course navigation. To activate that, I'm going to come down to Settings, click that, then come up here to Navigation. In the bottom section, you'll find Studio. Mine's here at the top, but yours might be somewhere in that listing down below. And drag that anywhere that you would like in here. I'll just put it below Support Resources. Now I'm going to scroll down and click Save. When I do that, you'll see that now Studio is now listed in the left-hand side. So I'll click on Studio. And here it's going to load just this blank environment since I haven't added anything yet. So actually from Canvas Studio here, you can record your screen and do all sorts of things. Today, we're going to show you how to use a YouTube video and embed quiz questions directly into that. So I'm going to click Add Videos, and I'm going to use a YouTube link. So I'm going to paste my YouTube or Vimeo link in and click Add Video. This video is now added to this class. To be able to turn it into a quiz, I actually need to come over here, the three little horizontal lines, and go to My Library. And here you'll see all of the videos I've ever messed around with. A lot of these were for demo, so there's some interesting music videos there. And this plate boundaries video is the one that I'm interested in for today. So I'm going to go ahead and click the three dots, and I'm going to click Create Quiz. When I click Create Quiz, I can now give this a title. So I'll just do For Demo Quiz 1, because you can attach multiple quizzes to a single video. And there's a description here you can turn on. You can also decide to hide or show the question markers on the timeline for the students. So this would put a little indicator along the kind of time scale along the bottom of the video that would indicate where those questions are popping up. For us, I'm going to leave it so that you can see it, but for your students, you might want to actually hide those so they don't just jump directly to the questions and try to answer them. But for us, I'll leave that showing. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Get Started. So now you'll see that I have this little indicator on the bottom where I'm going to be adding quiz questions in. So you can play your video and decide where you want to add a question.
Tonics. So this is the concept that
So for me, I'm going to go ahead and slide this. Let's say that I want to add a question right here in the video. I'm going to click the plus sign and decide what type of question. So multiple choice, true or false, or multiple answer. So multiple answer, you can select multiple correct answers. We'll keep it simple here and do true or false. And type some question. So question goes here. And we'll say answer is false, just for demo. And so let's say the answer had been false here. And then you can provide question feedback for a correct answer, an incorrect answer, or just general feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save here. And now you can see a question has been inserted here. You might choose to add additional questions. Let's say that you're going to add one here. So now I'm going to add a multiple choice question. And then I'm going to type my multiple choice. Answer is A, let's say. So this would be my answer A and my answer B. I can add another option, so you can add more down below, answer C. There are some other options here like shuffle choices or vary the points by the answer that's been selected. And then you can add question feedback here as well for correct, incorrect, or just general feedback. So I'm going to click Save there. So you can input as many questions as you want along there. When you're finished, you're going to click Done. And now you'll see that my video has this little rocket in the upper right-hand corner. Before it was blank, like this one here, where there isn't a rocket. So now I have a quiz attached. I could, of course, go and add another quiz if I wanted to, or I can attach this for demo quiz 1 and I can look at it there if I wanted to edit that or view it. So I'm going to click Done here. And so now when I go back to this particular course, I'm going to click the 3 horizontal lines, come down to my Rupert Sandbox 2. Now you'll see that little rocket is attached there. So now you've created the quiz and we want to find a way to embed this into our course. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my home screen. It's where I always kind of start things and decide where I want to do this. So maybe I just want the students to view this on a page. If I wanted to do that, I could go to Pages, and I'm going to click View All Pages here, and I'm going to create a new page. So I'm going to add a page so that it shuffles to the very top of the list. I'm going to put A's, and they say Canvas Studio Quiz Demo page. Okay, so here's my page. Now, here I can insert that video by going to the plug. If your toolbar is scrunched too much, you may not see that. So let me show you what that looks like. If you have things zoomed in far enough, certain icons disappear and you have to access them using the 3 dots there. So now you can see my plug is accessible there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Canvas Studio, and you'll see there's some other options there as well, things I can embed. When I go to Canvas Studio, you're going to see my video is going to be available. And you can see my video is there, and I can go ahead and select that. You'll see when I add this, I have 2 options. My standard embed is just going to embed the actual video without the quiz. If you want the quiz to appear, you need to click Video Quiz Embed. And then when you come down here, if you have multiple quizzes available, you can select which quiz you'd like to attach on this particular page in your Canvas class to this video. We only have 1 quiz available, so that's the one that's going to be selected there. And I'll go ahead and click Embed. And it's going to embed that video into this page. I'm going to zoom out a little bit to make it a little easier to view that. It's going to look something like that. Now you would probably want to add some instructions about what students should be doing. In this case, points are not attached. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But in this case, they would watch the video, they would come to the questions, and they would answer those. And it would just be something they could do optionally. There's no way it's attached to points or that you're forcing them to do this. But I'll go ahead and click Save and Publish. And if we look at what this looks like in student view, it just presents it this for demo quiz 1. I would click Get Started.
Hi, let's talk plate tectonics.
And you can see there are these markers there. That's what I was talking about. So you can choose to hide those or show those. So if you don't want students to know when the questions are popping up, you probably want to hide those. But for us, it's handy because I can just go straight to that question, let it play.
So at that boundary, you have done.
And the question pops up. So I'm going to click false here. I know that's the correct answer and do continue. They can also choose to rewatch if they're not quite sure what the answer is.
Divergence.
And then the video will continue to play. So now I can advance it to the next question and play.
Is occurring all along this border here, this boundary. There's.
and the question pops up. These were randomly shuffled, so you can see the options are coming in a random order. That was not quite the order that I input them in, but I indicated the answer is A just for me to see here, and I'm going to click continue.
One plate on this side.
And the video continues. You can see how that works. That's how it would look for a student. When the student got to the end of the quiz, they would see this screen presented here, and they would click Submit Quiz. And once they've done that, you can see their results. So it tells them what their answers were and if they got it right or wrong. It would also provide that feedback that you provided optionally when you designed the quiz. So what you could do is you could take this page and you could embed it into a module. So let's go over to my modules here. And let's say for some reason I would like this to go into my week 1 module. I'm going to have it as the first thing under Learn here for some reason. I would click this Add. I'd go to my Pages. I'd locate that page and click Add Item. I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to use this handle to drag this up to where I'd like it to be in my module. So let's say I'm going to put it right there. Now that page is embedded in there. Now I'm going to remove that because that's not quite what I want to do. I would like my students to take that for actual points. So instead of making it a page, I'm going to make this an assignment. So I come over here to Assignments, click on that. And now I'm going to add an assignment instead. So Add Assignment. And here I would want to put my title. So for my demo Canvas Studio quiz, for example. And then here's where I'd want to put my instructions, like we talked about before. So here is my text for that. And we'd probably want to use this as a header. So change that to header 2 to follow good practice for that. And instead of embedding it here with the plug like we did before, now we want to scroll down and use this submission type and go to External Tool. And under External Tool, click Find and find Canvas Studio. And now what's going to happen is you're going to be able to select it from here. So I'm going to click this one and click Select. And I'm going to do Video Quiz Embed like before and select which quiz I want to embed if you have multiple. And then go ahead and click Embed. And then I'm going to click Select here. Okay, so now it's generated this URL and Canvas knows to go out to Canvas Studio, grab that and attach it to this as a pointed assignment. And so here's where you would select the number of points. Maybe it's 10 points. You can put it in your assignment group, all the things you would normally do for a regular assignment. Now notice it does not appear up here, but it is going to appear on the page, and I'll show you that. And that's because you generated this URL in Canvas. You can set your allowed attempts, all of your due dates, those sorts of things are the same. And click Save and Publish. Okay, so now you'll see I have my instructions, my text for those instructions, and then the quiz actually appears directly from there. And so now when students took this quiz, it would actually give them points. And you'll see that over here, there's a speed grader, there's a edit assignment settings, all of those things you're used to seeing for assignments. Now, right now, this is an assignment, but we probably want to present it to our students. So I would still go back over to modules. And then let's say under week 1, it's going to be under graded assignments now because it's actually a graded item. We're going to click this Add button. Under Assignments, I'm going to locate that. So here's this 4 demo Canvas Studio quiz and add that. Canvas is still going to place it at the bottom. And so I'm going to move that into my graded assignments. Maybe it's sitting right in here. And so now you'll see when students come across this, once again, they will be getting points for that. Now, if I go over to my grade book, what you'll notice is Canvas will have made an entry for that. So if we go to locate that, here's my for demo Canvas Studio quiz. It's sitting right in there. It automatically makes that grade entry and it's out of the 10 points. So that's it. Now you've learned how to create a Canvas Studio quiz that's just a quiz that can sit there without points. You can add it to a page, or you can create it as an assignment and points will be attached to that. Thank you. For more tutorials, check out our YouTube channel, Faculty Development Center, CSUF.